Hello everyone, thank you so much for checking out my channel. My name is Ashley with Ashley's Reads on Twitter or Fiction and Fantasy on Instagram and TikTok. And I am back in the exact same outfit as my last video to tell you about Enneagram gift guides. I cannot decide if this is a fun video or a serious video. So I am making this video on my limited knowledge of like general information online about Enneagram types. Some non-bookish gift guides inspired this video, and the Enneagrams that I know in my life, assuming they have not mistyped themselves. So take with this as you will. Maybe you will hear me talking about a type 9 and you're like, oh, that would be an amazing gift for my type 4, you know? I think these are fun gift ideas, but my spin on this, and this is kind of niche, is that I am really into the Enneagram. I have a degree in corporate and organizational communication and marketing, so I do not have a psychology degree or any other kind of Enneagram license. So again, this is very casual. I'm really into the Enneagram, and I am really into bookish things. And I know that one thing a lot of my family members and friends who are not bookish struggle with is what to get me for Christmas if they want to get me something bookish. So last year I got a lot of vlog props, and those have been awesome. And I've had a lot of people like, oh, so you just want books. And the thing is, if you're like, I have no idea what's on their bookshelf, I have no idea what kind of books they want to read, I have this video. This is like Vlogmas day 2. I am so tired. This is like my 5th video I filmed. I don't know why I'm here. So I made a Google Doc. If you're like, what is she talking about? I will hopefully have linked things in the description. If I list a specific brand, they did not sponsor me. If you're in this video and you want to sponsor me, please feel free to contact me. Full disclosure, I am an Enneagram 3 Wing 2. So if you are a different Enneagram type, I would love to have you tell me in the comments if I completely was wrong with this. Please tell me like what Christmas presents you would like, and hopefully I can adjust accordingly for my friends who are your Enneagram type. Okay, here we go. So the first one is type 1, and these ones, the traits that I'm giving may not apply to you, but this is like the stereotype of each type when you learn about them. So type 1s are very organized. They are very focused on improvement, whether that is self-improvement or improving their house or their friends' lives, things like that. I am studying tri-type. So I'm a 3-1-6. So I relate a lot to type 1s. I thought for your type 1 friend, it would be really cool to get them a bullet journal. Because they are so organized, a lot of them have their own systems in mind, and I think that a lot of them really enjoy bullet journaling because it gives them the opportunity to make the journal what they want it to be. And I think that's really helpful when it comes to things like reading. Maybe you want to have a whole thing where you put a review of each book, or maybe you just want to list like a whole bookshelf and you fill in like the title of each book when you finish it. Things like that. It gives you so much freedom, and I feel like that's really giving them the opportunity to organize something else. I also put a calendar. This would be a bookish calendar. I don't specifically know of anyone who sells bookish calendars, but I'm 100% sure that's a thing because I've seen it in other people's videos. So if I find one that I like, I'll link it down below. You could get it in something that's their favorite fandom. Maybe they like classic books, and you could get one that has like Anne of Green Gables quotes or like Jane Austen book quotes or things like that, or just a general bookish one. And then finally bookends, which I do have bookends, but they're in my closet upstairs. They're just concrete, they're just hands. Just something to help them organize their bookshelf in a specific way. Next up, we have type 2s. These types are generally known for being very social and for being very selfless. They often put others ahead of themselves. So for this one, I put bookish bath bombs. I know this is a thing. I've never had one myself, but I have seen a bunch of places that do make bath bombs inspired by people's favorite books. And I think this would be great because type 2s really deserve to take a break and have like a nice long bath, or there's that other thing, the thing you can throw in the shower that is like the equivalent of a bath bomb. But they deserve time to themselves, whether they're reading in the bath or listening to a playlist inspired by their favorite book. They deserve rest. The next one would be a tee or a hoodie, something that when they are out on the go, doing all of these things for people, that they can still wear something that associates them with being bookish. And finally, I put some kind of group membership. I know a lot of my type 2 friends love being in organizations, whether that is a book club or whether that's a book club online or in person, or just being involved in readathons. You see type 2s everywhere, and I adore that about them. So I thought it would be cool if you gave them some sort of book subscription or group membership, whether it is like, again, I'm not sponsored, I have never subscribed to these, but something like I'll Create or book of the month or something like that. Obviously whatever is best for the genres that they enjoy, but that way there are always going to be people that they know who are reading that book and also receiving that box, and it kind of gives them the opportunity to reach out to other people and talk to them and discuss the book and make friends or strengthen their bonds with their current friends. For type 3s, we are pretty much known for being the go-getters. I want to be like, no, we're not as much about work as you guys say that we are, but I am filming my 5th video of the day and then going to do other work things. So the type 3s are often known for being very ambitious and for being very success driven. So the first one that I put is a ring light, which I did not turn on. I'm gonna turn on my ring light. My best friend Jamie got me a ring light for Christmas as a surprise last year for my vlog content. And it's by far one of the best presents anyone has ever given me for vlogging equipment, besides a camera from Michael. So I put a ring light because there's a lot of things that you could get vlogging 3s, people who vlog, like tripods and things like that that aren't incredibly expensive. But I think a ring light is very useful because you don't have to be a booktuber, you could be a bookstagrammer. Maybe you just like taking selfies of you and your books, and it's not for any like bookstagram or anything like that. But I think that it's really nice because a lot of 3s I know are very active on social media. We like other people to see what we're doing. I think that comes across as like us like needing validation from others, and on bad days it can be that, but I think it really motivates me personally to post on social media, to like hold myself accountable to do the things that I said that I would. And I think the ring light just really makes it easier to film or photograph no matter what the lighting is outside. I put a Bookish box subscription because it allows you to have something to be excited about, to have something to post content about, and getting to show to your friends. I think 3s, we really like to show off the things that we have gotten. And I think that would be cool. I personally don't subscribe to any Bookish boxes, or anything except BarkBox. So I would definitely do your own research and see what is best for your 3 friend, but I do know a lot of us do like book subscriptions. I also put Bookish jewelry. I have this book necklace that I got from Etsy a very long time ago, and I love wearing it when I go to the library or the bookstore. My favorite necklace is a necklace from Etsy that I will try to link if the store owner is still selling things. But it's kind of like, not an orb, but like it's very antique, it's a very unique piece of jewelry, and it has one of my favorite quotes from Throne of Glass, I believe, and it just really makes me feel excited to wear it. And if I ever see people who like the same book as me, then they'll be like, oh, I love that quote, and it's an opportunity to make a new friend. That might be my 2-wing, I'm not sure. I also put Bookish candles because these are really nice. Again, you can use them as a prop. It's something cute. It's like a conversational piece with your other Bookish friends. I think that this is the best smelling candle I've ever had. I am not sponsored by Briarwick, but I totally would apply in the future to be a Briarwick rep because this is the nicest candle I've ever had. Oh, it smells amazing. This one is red wine and elderberry and blackberries. I think it's fun because you can have different candles that match your outfits, and it's just so cool. If you're a 3, do you also love candles as much as I do? And can you put into words why? Or is this just like a personal Ashley thing? For 4s, my 4 example is often Anne from Anne of Green Gables. They are very imaginative, very individualistic, and very creative. And so for 4s, I also put a bullet journal just because it gives you the opportunity to be so creative in a way that other journals would not. And I think they often take it in a different way than type 1s. So type 1s use journals because it helps them to be organized, and I feel like type 4s love bullet journals because it lets them show off their artistic skills. And I feel like so many type 4s I know are so artistic. Like I don't make enough time for artistic hobbies, and I always put them on the back burner. And I feel like so many 4s prioritize their art, and I really admire that about them. So I also put bookmarks. I think type 4s would really enjoy bookmarks because you can customize them. You can have them with their favorite characters, their favorite quotes, with their name on them. I think the resin ones are really cool because you can get them like flowers in their favorite color with their names engraved on it. Yeah, I think it's very creative. I also put a stamp kit. I think that is a really unique way for people who are book collectors and not just book readers. And I know a lot of 4s are collectors, that you can use like a stamp, kind of like the idea of a library, but it would say like Library of Ashley, and you can put it on all of your books so that people know who they belong to if they ever get lost or if they ever are like browsing your bookshelf. And it's just a really cool way to make your books as unique as you are. Finally, for them, I put dust jackets because, again, it's another way to customize your books to make them more creative or more individual than other books. For type 5s, they are often known for their observational skills and for their independence. And I will say this was the second hardest one for me to do. For this one, I only for sure know one type 5. So I put sticky tabs. I know that 5s are known for being really into research or wanting to take their own notes and like annotating books. And so put sticky tabs, but I think what I mean are like those little miniature post-it notes. So you can like annotate your books without having to write on the book, like on the, without having to write actually on the pages of the book. So you can write notes to yourself for when you do rereads, or if you think something is important for later, you can write on your little sticky note, like little citations and things like that. I also put a Kindle Unlimited subscription because I would never buy my type 5 friend a specific book because he is very, very specific. And I think that they should have the freedom to pick out the books that they want because they've probably researched them all better than we could for them. So this way they have the opportunity to read as much as they want and whatever they want that is available on Kindle Unlimited. I'm sure there's other things like this that aren't Amazon that you could get them a subscription for if you want to support a different business, like something like Book of the Month or something like that. I don't know if Scribd is any better. I also put to get them an e-reader just so that they are able to read on the go or reading in the dark. And then I also, by contribution of my type 8, have a flash drive, and I can't remember why this is on there. I don't know why. He told me to put this for type 5s. I think you could get a flash drive in the shape of a book. He has type 5 friends who he said would really enjoy flash drives. I told you this was the second hardest. So for type 6, type 6ers are really known for wanting security or wanting to be prepared. So for this one, I put Book of the Month because this one gives you a limited amount of books that you can pick from each month, and it from the type 6 friends that I know has seemed to make it easier for them to not have decision fatigue. You can just pick your genre for the month and get the book sent to you, and you have a TBR made for you. I also put a collectible box. I think they're also known as like collectible tins, where it can be like fan art, made with fan art of their favorite characters or maybe carved with their name in it, and they can keep all of their little bookish things inside of their box, and it is safe from dust or intruders or pets. I also put sticky tabs for this one, and for this one I actually mean, I think mine are upstairs, but like the little arrows that you can put to mark your pages as you're reading, and you want to annotate like, oh, pink for a romance scene, red for a page that made me really angry, blue for something that made me really sad or a character death. And that's really nice. I do relate to type 6s. I am often worried that I will not remember where a quote that I loved is, and if it's not on my e-reader, I will not mark my page with like a dog ear. So I have found that sticky tabs are really, really helpful because I can quickly mark it and immediately know that I'm not going to forget about a quote that I loved when I want it for a review later, or to go back on to like write it on my bullet journal or something like that. So I think that those would be really helpful for type 6s. For type 7s, 7s are so enthusiastic and so spontaneous. Every person that I know who has made me do crazy wild things has almost always been a type 7 when I've asked them. So for this one, I tried to think of things on the go. Type 7s, the ones that I know are not usually at home. So I thought if they wanted something to make them feel associated with being bookish, so like when they're out at the library or the bookstore or something like that, for this one I put Fable Bands, but I'm sure there are plenty of other organizations as well. I don't have any Fable Bands yet, but I've seen them on BookTube. They are like bookish fabrics, whether bookish in general or based on different books or TV shows or things like that. You could get one that is something in your type 7's favorite color or a book that you know that they love, and they come in like hairbands or scrunchies and ways to put their hair up before they are out on the run, rock climbing or something wild, or scaling down a building like my type 7 did a few weeks ago. Also, I put a book bag. Those like canvas bags are what I was thinking, but I guess you could also do like a small backpack or something like that. Something that they can fit a book in on the go and they can read while they're out hiking or out with their friends. And I also put a travel mug. This could be bookish, or you could just get them a travel mug so that they can drink their coffee while they're out reading their book. The one that was hardest for me was type 8, and I am married to a type 8, and that did not make it any easier. As a type 3, I will give you a 3-page list on what I want for Christmas and the exact sizes, exact colors, if you ask for my list. My type 8 is the complete opposite, and he wants to know exactly what he's getting. I will not purchase something without running it by him because I will probably have the wrong color or the wrong design, or he has found an upgraded one since then and he will pick it out himself, whether it be power tools or some kind of a jacket or watch or electronic device. He knows exactly what he wants and probably wants to order it himself. Type 8s are known for being very functional based. They do not generally like things that are just cluttering up the house. They're also very assertive with what they want. I have found that with multiple type 8s, if you ask them what they want for their birthday or for the holidays, they probably know exactly what they want. So I have put a gift card. It can be for a local bookstore near them or something online like Book Depository or Barnes & Noble so that they can pick out the book that they want. And I also put an Audible subscription because type 8s are, I think, I would rate them along with 3s and 1s as the workaholics of the group, and so they are often out of the house or working on a project, and so they can multitask with their audiobooks or get more books read in the month if they're very competitive about that. So I have that one. I have asked multiple of my 8s, and this is very contentious. Michael told me that I should add a reading lamp. He wants an actual like lamp that you can put on a nightstand, and he thinks that would be great because he likes to read a couple of chapters before bed because he's exhausted from work. So he said a reading lamp. Now, my other type 8 friend, Kirsty, has specifically said to take reading lamps off because she would never want someone to buy her a piece of furniture if she hadn't picked it out, which completely makes sense. And so we came up with a compromise of those little lamps that you can put like specifically on the page or that you can hook up to your book, because you're not picking furniture out for them unless you know Michael, and Michael has a lamp, so if you know him, don't buy him one. So you're getting them something small and it's still functional, but it still will allow them to read at night. Finally, for type 8s, I have just asked them what they want and they'll tell you whether it's bookish or not. Finally, for type 9s, we have the coziest type of the bunch. For this one, 9s are very much about peace. They are very much about feeling supported, about being cozy. So I am not a type 9 and I don't really relate to type 9s a lot, but this was the easiest one for me because type 9s love to be cozy, and I thought, what is better than getting them bookish things to help them be cozy? So for this one, I have cozy blankets. I know Becca from Becca and the Books has shown off like bookish, like hooded blankets that are like a giant cape. I feel like type 9s would love those, but they're also super pricey. So it could be anything from a blanket that has their favorite quote made on it or their favorite fan art. You could also even get like, if you know like the size of their pillows, like couch pillows, you could get them a pillowcase cover with their favorite book quote or something like that. I also have to get them tea. There apparently is such a thing as bookish tea, and it will be inspired by like different fandoms. I have seen this on like Etsy. If I find one while editing this video, I will put it in the description. And finally, socks. There are so many cool bookish socks, and you can get them the very nice fuzzy ones that are warm. Oh, and my battery's dying. Okay, you can get them very nice, cozy, fun socks. I had an outro that I was planning to do with like telling you what my next Vlogmas ones are, but my battery is dying and I don't want to lose this whole video. So thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for more Vlogmas content.